Welcome to Breakfast at Beverley's, the podcast that takes you on a journey through the fascinating world of transport and logistics. Join your host, Beverley Bell CBE, an industry expert and former senior traffic commissioner, as she navigates the highways and byways of the industry. From sunrise to sunset, we're here to accompany you on the road, bringing you insights, advice, and thought-provoking conversations with notable guests in the field. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Allison, thank you very much for coming over and agreeing to take part in this podcast. I'm going to ask you the question I ask all my guests. What do you have for breakfast every day?
Most mornings it's Weetabix with hot milk.
Why hot?
It's just what we've always had. Probably living up the north, it's cold. So we always hot milk and then yoghurt and fruit. Yogurt and fruit, that's my other go-to.
And are you an early riser?
Yeah, very much. I think you can get lots done first thing. So
do you work before you go into the office?
Normally, yeah. Unless I'm out going to see a customer, I normally do probably a couple of hours before I get in the office.
I love to do that sort of golden hour before the world wakes up.
Anybody can disturb you.
Okay. Yes.
Do
you go to the gym? Do you go for a run? Do you go for a walk?
No, probably in my mind, but no, not at all.
I like you more and more, Alison.
Not at all.
So in the introduction, I talked a little bit about some of your accomplishments, but I want to go right back and look at your family heritage.
Okay.
Third generation. Tell us a little bit about your family on both sides in terms of haulage.
So on my mum's side, her dad was Navy and then came back into Derbyshire and worked in the local quarries because, as you know, Derbyshire is just quarries everywhere. So he was a tipper driver in the quarries. And then my dad's dad, he had his own haulage company. Again, tippers, which was coking plant, anthracite, things like that into.
So we'd be talking here about the 1920s, wouldn't we? Before operator licensing was even thought of.
We would. Operating licenses, where they were on logbooks. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's the two sides, the parent, mum and dad's side, and then dad ended up being a policeman for a while, and then when he was 21, he then came into the haulage. He actually became a Volvo mechanic at John Ebbs. So he worked for Grandad for a bit, and then he became a mechanic. So yeah.
And did he then go on to run commercial vehicles? He did.
John Ebb was really good with Dad and gave him keys to a truck and said, go and try the Middle East. So that would have been in the, I don't know, it was late 60s or early 70s when he did that. So I would say it was early 70s.
When you say he gave him the keys to the truck and said, go and try the Middle East, what do you mean? Tell our listeners about that.
I think he thought that he could go and do it. I mean, when they started doing running the Middle East from here, I think he could see, and he gave him the keys and told him to pay him back every trip that he came back, which he did.
What's running the Middle East? What were people taking there?
Well, we went in 1977, August, as a family. So there was my mum, my dad, obviously, but my mum could drive at that time. My brother,
Your mum could drive lorries at that time?
She could.
Okay.
She could at that time. So as a family, he said that we needed to go and see it. He thought that was an education as well as school. So I would have been 7 at the time.
What, and you went over to the Middle East in a truck?
We did, the 4 of us. We drove to Kuwait.
So who's a 4th member? Your brother?
Brother. I've got an older brother that's 3.5 years older than me. Yeah.
So a 7-year-old, a 10.5-year-old, and mummy and daddy get in a truck and drive to the Middle East.
Absolutely.
What were you carrying?
We were carrying nappies, actually, out of Robinson's at Chesterfield. I remember that. I remember 2 or 3 of the loads. So there was nappies we'd got on. There was the Kit Kat man, because he got a fridge with Kit Kats in.
He was running refrigerated transport over there.
He was. And then the other one was, the other 2, but the other one was Lion's chalk ices, because it was really good, because every time we opened up at a border to do the checks, we either got a chalk ice or a Kit Kat. And the other one had got like a tank on that had got the concentrate of Coca-Cola in it. And so it was a big mix.
Where did you sleep? The family of 4 in the truck?
We slept, me and Mum slept in the truck with the doors open, and Dad and Andy slept underneath the trailer on, like, beds with the little, that was it. That's all they did. Yeah.
Like a camp bed?
Like a camp bed, yeah. Like a stretchy camp bed. That's all they did.
Where
That folded
did you
up.
wash? Where did you eat?
We ate because Dad would always pack up, and he had a box, and it was full of tins. So we had camion stew quite a bit. So it was, a tin of beans, a tin of steak or whatever in. So we had that quite a bit. And it was good because anybody else that had got, and particularly with Dad having us kids with us, we all used to chip in. But you knew when you were coming home that you were getting a little bit short. So it was anything what anybody had got. But yeah, it was good.
And how long did it take to get to the Middle East?
I think we did it nearly bankrupting because I think we did about 3.5, 4 weeks, something like that, whereas normally it turned around quite quickly. So I think we took probably twice as long as we should have done, to be fair. Twice as long. But it was good fun. I can remember some of it, and some of it we had cinefilm. And I remember he had a fridge then. It would be a really old fridge in those days. He had a fridge. And I remember us taking the 7-Up and the Pepsi out of it to put the cans of cinefilm in. So, yeah, there's some cinefilm in the family somewhere.
Oh, you'll have to get it out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to now,
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna
are
have
going
to
to get it
I'm
out
gonna have to.
and have a look at it. I suspect a lot of our listeners can't quite comprehend that. The family have fought in the truck to the Middle East and then obviously back again. So it could have completely killed your interest in commercial vehicles.
It could have done.
It
could have done. No, not at all. No, not at all. I think it was a great experience, and we had other experiences like that as well. As I got older, we had other experiences because he was both parents were very much. You need to see the world. You need to go and see.
So if we fast forward a few years after you leave school, what did you do?
I went into construction because I thought transport was quite a difficult thing to do.
And you thought construction was easy, did you, Allison?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy at all. So I worked for a company that got a small office in the yard where my dad was a director of a business, and I went for knocking on doors and got a job. So I worked about 2 years for construction. On the higher desk lasers that were going out, and somebody would deliver, and occasionally I'd deliver to site, which was quite a surprise. A young lady turning up with a.
Did you get your HGV license?
I did get my HGV license, but not till a little bit later on, probably mid-late 20s. I got my HGV license. Yeah.
Why did you take your license? Or get your license?
I thought it was a good thing to do, particularly if I was telling people what to do. I did think that it was a good experience, and I'm quite a person where I'm thinking if I need to know how to do it or need to know how difficult it is. So I just thought it was a good thing to do. So yeah.
Does that mean if you're going to be a transport manager, you have to be able to drive a lorry, Mrs. Kemp?
I don't think so, but I think that they need to go out and get some experience. I definitely think they need to get up early in the morning, go in the rain, do the walk round checks, be tired, do a 15-hour day, look at the roads, look at the gate man that's telling you to turn around and go round because you're 2 minutes early and then you're at the back of the queue. I think transport managers need to understand how difficult it is so that they've got respect both ways. And that's why I did it. I'm probably different, but that's why I did it. And I think that's quite important.
So that's knowing about the job that they're managing.
Definitely.
Not necessarily driving the vehicle.
Yeah.
But all of the things that go with that.
Yeah, okay. Definitely.
You just said one thing that I might have pulled you up on in my old job, which is when you said, be tired.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm sure you and I have both heard lots of gentlemen of a certain age saying, I don't get tired, love, I'm a professional lorry driver.
They've got to be weary sometimes, haven't they?
Yes.
They've got to be.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've got to know that limit, haven't they? They've got to know that limit.
And we're all weary. I was tired yesterday for different reasons.
Yeah.
So how do you, in your current role, and I'll come back to your history in a moment, how do you in your current role advise clients about the difference between tiredness, weariness and fatigue?
Okay, so for me, you've got to look at the picture of the driver. Have they got a newborn baby in the house? Have they been ill? Have they been? If they're repeating that they're tired and they're having to pull over, because we always used to say, you pull over, you go to sleep, we start again. I'd rather you do that than any incident that happened. And some of my drivers had to do that for different reasons. If they keep doing that, then there might be something completely there might be a medical issue, there might be something, and you need to get to the bottom of that. But also we have a duty of care, don't we? Of if you've got somebody that's doing 3:15s in a day, 3:15s on the trot, that's hard. That's hard for anybody. So we need to look at that, not keep pushing. We need to get the job done, but we need to respect. We need to respect that fatigue, and then does it get to tired? Are you tired, and can you do the job?
Yes.
And that's when mistakes happen.
Yes, and that's when the operator or the transport manager must take them off the road.
Definitely.
And do you think that commercial vehicle drivers, lorry drivers in Great Britain have it well, or do you think it's hard work in terms of the facilities, how they're treated, how they're viewed by the public?
I think they have it tough. I think they have it really, really tough. I'll be honest. Service stations, even when you're in a car, it's quite difficult on the service stations. I do think some drivers are their worst own enemies, though, sometimes.
In what way?
I think they ruin it for other people. I think, litter, the shower rooms, etc. I don't think they help themselves. Or some don't. Might be the minority, but some.
But it's often the minority who spoil it for everybody else, isn't it?
Definitely. I think it's difficult out there finding something good to eat as well.
Almost impossible.
It's fast food and not really good food, is it? Or something that's going to keep them so that their tummies aren't rumbling at night. I think that's hard. I think parking and feeling safe where you're parking as well. I think that's quite difficult. We've had a few people that have actually rang me and said, I'm in the area, can we come and park in your yard so that I know that I'm safe? And I think that's quite sad. I think that's sad.
Do you let them?
There's a few. Yeah, there's a few that have done it before, that have parked outside the gate and used the facilities, because one of the toilets that we've got, we actually put a big sink in it, so you could have an old-fashioned strip wash, a proper wash. So we put a big deep sink in so that they could do that. And there's always, we have regular delivery drivers that come, and they always use our toilets. And touch wood, I've never had a problem, Beverley. Never had a problem. Not that I've hovered around, but never had a problem.
And do you think that women lorry drivers should be treated any differently? Do you think they should have separate facilities? What do you think?
I don't think so. I think if you can do the job, you can do the job. I have to be really careful here, but I do think some women, seriously, they take on the job and then they find it difficult, and then they expect to have priorities in different things, or things need to be changed. And transport managers are having to be really careful with that, because they're thinking, where's this going to go? But for me, if you're going to do that job, you know what the job is when you're interviewed. If you don't, you should ask what it is. And if you can't do it, then do something that you can do. Some women may be far better at lorry driving than some men. I haven't got a problem with who you are, what you are. They just need to get on with it and stop asking. Or don't do it. Move on. If you can't do it or don't like it, move on. Don't get somebody to change for you. I'm quite strong with that, Beverley.
Well, it's interesting. That's why I'm asking you the questions.
Quite strong.
No. That's good, because in my introduction I said how you're very keen for advocating women, working in logistics, etc. But going back to your background and your sort of your heritage, that's obviously formed or helped to inform a lot about the character and the personality that you are.
We were, as brother and sister, we were never treated any different. If you could do something, you'd do it. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter which one of us it was.
So you can drive a lorry. Do you own one?
I do.
Tell us all about your lorry.
I do. I bought one, and actually I did think that I was going to lose Nick, because I bought one and he was like, what are you doing? Most women bring shoes home, and you bring
Nick?
Nick's my other half,
right?
My
okay.
hobby. I kind of pulled up in this truck, look what I bought, and he said, that's not going in the shed. But and why on earth have you bought it? Because most women buy shoes. What are you doing? It didn't go in the shed. We had to have.
What is it? What sort of lorry is it?
It's a Volvo. It's an FH XL Globetrotter. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Tell us about the livery and tell us what you do with it.
Okay, so she's called Little Mo, because that was my mum's name is Maureen. So she was called Little Mo. She's mainly white, but with the blue AIM and the blue AIM light board in the top as well.
Very nice.
So she mothballed in lockdown. We didn't know really whether we were going to come out of lockdown or not. It was quite a difficult time for everybody. And then this year I had a customer that's, we need to get it out. We need to get her out. She's old, we need to get her out. And they spend a lot of time and care on her. And she was down at Donington. I took her down to Donington Truck Show and parked her up with their lads, and they polished her. I didn't, Beverley. I had other things to do, but they polished her. It's great. She's great to have back out again. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Different people come and see her, and it's good.
You're obviously very committed to what you do.
Yeah.
I'm going to move forward from when you were going to the Middle East, having a job in construction. You go back into the commercial vehicle sector, go back into haulage.
Yeah.
Were you also working at that time at the place where your father was a director?
Yeah, I was. I was working for a company called Taft Shipping that bought Knights of Old out.
Yeah.
So Dad was he was one of the directors there. There was 4 directors and he was one of them. And I was freight forwarding. I had the best teacher ever that taught me how to do freight forwarding.
Did you like freight forwarding?
Loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. I loved it. To get something from A to B that far away, something, we worked for quite large companies like Baco, SGB, and we were moving containers, 20 containers at a time, loading in the yard at Port Keelang or wherever. I loved it. To see on the map and that you'd done the paperwork right, and then I'm of the day of telex machines as well, Beverley.
Well, so am I.
So the telex machine. But I got interested in that because when I was a youngster, I used to do reception. So as a teenager, before I started work, I used to go in the holidays and do some reception work. So the telex was there all the time. So I ended up going and working with a lady called Marita, who was fantastic.
And did you stay in that job, or how did it come to an end?
Tell
our listeners.
I got a knock on the door. To say that the short overland were short of staff. They'd just got rid of somebody that run the German department, and would I go and help out? My first answer was no, I'm not doing that. I'm staying here because I really liked what I did. But I went to help out, and I ended up staying there. For a while. So we were doing the Italian loads that were coming in and in and out. So I used to plan the groupage loads. So, and then I stuck with that for quite a while and never ended up going back in freight forwarding, which was quite sad, really.
And what happened to that particular job that you did?
So, my dad was offered money to retire, to move out of the business for a certain reason. So that happened. The day that he went was the day that I was asked by the director to clear my desk. I had about 20 minutes, Beverley.
And how did you feel, Allison?
Sad. Broke me, really, because I loved that job. I loved it. And I loved the people that I worked with. And what I'm really lucky with, though, Beverley, is I still today see quite a few of those people. I keep in touch with those people.
So how old would you be at that time?
I would have been 26, late 25, 26. Yeah, I love that job.
So what did you do? Go home and cry?
Yeah, I did. Perhaps swatted a few cupboards. I was lucky, though, that people realised then that I was probably on the market for, and what I'd done overland and I'd done freight forwarding. So I had a couple of job offers, and then I went to work for another chap locally. I did his European work for him. So that was interesting. That was different. That was very different. Made me grow up in 4 years. So I worked for him between 26 and 30.
Between ages 26 and
30, yeah.
And so is that where you would say that you cut your teeth in terms of transport managers' roles, that sort of stuff?
Definitely. We were running a lot of military goods up into Pristina. There was a lot of things that happened. With drivers, with incidents, accidents, some crazy things that happened. But yeah, definitely in 4 years, I grew up very quickly. As a transport manager, I grew up very quickly and how to deal with
problems.
Yeah.
They call it these days being agile.
Okay. Yeah.
What about family life at this time?
Family, I was married at that time. Yeah, I was married. That was tough. That was hard. That didn't last, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Family?
No, not family at that time, but I did lose twins quite late term at the age of 30, which was devastating. and changed my life completely. Changed my outlook completely. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being brave and telling us about that, because medical treatment has moved on so much in the past 25 years, but maybe talking about it hasn't. People tend not to, don't they?
I think there's more people that have lost. I always wanted to be a mum, and it was twins that I lost. But yeah, it's hard, and I think there's a lot of us that don't talk about it, and I think there's a lot out there that we probably should. I don't know whether I was of a family unit or an era where we didn't talk about it. I'm not sure. We've always talked. We've always sat around the dinner table and talked about things, and that was quite hard. That was hard.
And it's the same, isn't it, with any loss of any kind of life?
Yeah.
That people tend to not want to talk about it, and they'll talk about anything else, but they'll cover it over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it is. But you're a mum now.
I am a mum now. I've got an 18-year-old. He was a surprise because they told me that I would never have children. And I was probably nearly 4 months or so pregnant before I realised. So I was riding motorbikes up to the Northwest 200. I was going to Scarborough to watch the racing at Oliver's Mount, because I've always had motorbikes from a youngster trials in and
How do you
things.
pick them up, Alison?
Well, I haven't now. When I found out I was pregnant, I haven't ridden since because I thought it was a bit crazy. But 18-year-old, I love him to bits. He's brilliant.
Is he going to follow you into the business?
Not yet, not now. I don't know whether he will or not. Growing up, he was in a carry cot and he was helping. And at a very young age, he was downloading tachographs on a Saturday morning or a Sunday, or we were going to farms, and he's great. And as a youngster, in the holidays, he used to come out and work with us. So he's worth, he works really hard. He does work hard.
A bit like my children, when they used to go on long journeys, we used to do recovery vehicle spotting, because the children would know. We didn't play mini yellow car, we played recovery vehicle spotting, because I would say, well, they're exempt from tachographs and operator licensing, children. They go, oh, there's one, mummy, which is quite sad, really. So AIM, you've just had your sort of 20 years trading.
We have, yeah.
Which was in 2024. You had a big party, you had your blue balloons out.
We did.
What do you do for your customers? What do you do for your clients? Why would they come to you?
I think it's we hold their hands. We've got customers that are ranging from owner drivers up to PLC customers. So we have a massive range. I would say that most of our customers are the 2050.
But what do you do for them? What do the company do?
What do we do? There's 3 strings really that we do. We analyse tachographs, we do compliance, and we do training. And the compliance side could be like your fleet management. We analyse anything between 30 and 50,000 tachographs every month. Still some analogues. We still have analogues.
Really?
We still have probably about 300 analogues.
Oh, I love analog tachographs.
You can see them. You get them in your hand, can't you?
Full scale deflection, love it.
Yeah. So we do quite. We've got a team that does the tacho side. We do walk round checks. We do fleet. We do driving licence checks. So quite a big compliance area that we do, and then we do audit. We do compliance and audits. And we like the customers customers that come to us that say, can you just come and check what we do? And we've got a lot of customers that we go in every year. Some want it 6 months, some want it yearly, some more, just to cross check that actually what they're doing, are they missing something, having another eye on it. They're the ones that I like, because those are the ones that you can help.
Okay, so you obviously have a very successful business. Tell us when you started that business. What happened in your life that made you stop what you were doing and start your business?
I think when I lost the twins, I think I looked at life and thought, you need to do something here. I wanted to do something for myself. I got an opportunity where somebody asked me if I wanted to analyse tachos, or they wanted me to go and be their transport manager. And I said, I just need to stop and think and breathe what I want to do just for a minute. And that's when they said, well, will you do my tachos for me? Because you must have done tachos before. And that's how it started. And basically I started doing tachos, and then that customer rang somebody else and said, Allison is now doing tachos. Why don't you speak to her?
But it would have been easier to have just got another job as opposed to setting up your own business.
It would have been, but that's not a challenge then, is it?
So did you like a challenge? Is it the challenge you liked?
Yeah.
Or was it the looking after people that you liked? Or was it a bit of both?
Both. But I do like a challenge. Like a challenge. But both. If I could make something, if I could make good out of it, if I could pass on my knowledge of what I knew, and it made that business better, compliant, then I'd done my job. Then I do my job.
And what about anybody who's listening that thinks, well, I'd quite like to have my own business, but I'm not sure about it, and this job pays me what I need, and it's nice and easy, and I'll just carry on.
Try it. I'd try it. Just give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? What can happen? You can go back and get another job, can't you? So if you don't try it, you're never going to know, are you? Never. And then you'll just drift along in that job forever and probably not enjoy it, not be good at it, or give your best potential. So just try it. I tried it and I love it. I love it. And I think the team that I've got love it as well, because they're very supportive, and I'm here with you today, and I haven't had one phone call from them today. I don't hear from them for days, so I'm lucky.
So what's the secret of building a successful business? Especially, I hate to use this phrase, a woman in a man's world. Oh. What do you mean? Oof, go on.
Well, a woman in a man's world, it doesn't matter, does it? If you've got it and you've got the drive to do it and you want to do it, then why can't you do it? I think you can. I don't think at my age now it was unusual to be in that arena, I think. I remember being in a Logistics UK meeting. So I was chairing the Logistics UK meeting, and there was 48 in the room, and I was the only woman apart from a Logistics UK meeting. And somebody asked me the question, and I said, it's just because they're not here. There's no reason why they can't be here. I didn't see myself any different to anybody else. The engineers were different because I haven't got the knowledge on the engineers side. But why not? Why not? If you want to be good at something, you're halfway there, aren't you? I think. And then you just need to work at it.
Okay, so you've got this business, very successful, very time consuming. Anybody that's in business knows how time consuming it is. But you found the time to do it. Well, it was the FTA in those days. Originally, it's now Logistics UK. What made you want to get involved in Freight Council and then National?
Freight Council gave me knowledge of what was coming up. I think the FTA, as it was then Logistics now, and we've got the RHA, we've got other bodies. I found that the knowledge that I got and what was coming up next, their compliance side, it intrigued me to start with. And then that's when I ended up chairing the meetings, probably because I was a little bit vocal, because I don't sit. I ask questions. Well, why is that? Why is that? And if I don't understand something, I'll ask. And I think that's what quite a few people don't do. But I was always the one that sort of...
And some people don't like to be on the receiving end of the questions.
Yeah, but that's true. But if somebody asks me a question and I don't know the answer, I'll tell them that I don't know the answer, but I'll go and find out, because we can't know everything, can we?
No, of course not. I wasn't thinking of it in that context. I was thinking of the context where the question's challenging to the person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
If I'm challenged.
No, if
I'm the challenger. If I'm the challenger, well, I keep going, I'm afraid, until I find the answer. And if they can't give me the answer, then they need to find somebody that can. Yeah, I won't leave it alone. I need to know answers of why, and then I can understand it. If I can see it, I can understand it.
Okay.
Probably that's a bit of a character thing.
Well,
there, but...
maybe. Not for me to say. MBE. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us what happened when the envelope landed.
I thought it was a joke, Beverley. I genuinely thought it was a joke. Anybody that knows Nick, he's got a funny sense of humour. And the letter came through the door, and I said, oh yeah, very funny. But I did think that it looked quite good for his IT skills, I'll be honest. Although he's not bad, but I did think that's pretty good. I even Googled the number. The phone number. I even Googled the phone number to see whether it was or not. And it was in lockdown. It was in the May that was in lockdown.
May 2020?
Yes, okay. May 2020. So it was in the May. And when we talked about this, you can't tell anybody, can you? And anybody that knows me, if you've got a surprise that's coming up or something, don't tell me, because I won't do it on purpose. But my mind's that busy that sometimes things just happen. not work things, but personal things like parties or something. So my mum lives with us as well. She lives at the side in a little annex. So I went round to her and I said, she went, oh, she was over the moon, tears and everything. I'm like, I don't think it's real. So I rang the number and he went, yeah, it's real. It's real. And it's still today, I'm blown away with it because I don't think about it, because I think I was just doing my job, doing the education with D2N2. I just enjoyed doing what I was doing.
So what's the education with D2N2?
So as an enterprise advisor, I'd signed up when they first started doing enterprise advisors, and that was to go into schools and try and help with interviews. We got breakfast. I did a breakfast meeting where we got local businesses in, not just transport businesses, but local businesses, people that I knew. And I've done that for a number of years. Probably the last 2 years, we haven't done too much. There've been changes of hands, but we did have, I think there was a full school year that went down. So there was over 200 kids that we took down to London to do with Carmen and did the Transport Museum.
I was going to ask you about Carmen.
Yeah.
So as if you've not got enough to do. Yeah, you've obviously brought your son up with Nick. You've run your own business. You've got involved in Logistics UK. You got involved with education, and then you decide, or you're asked, you can tell us, to get involved with this funny, worshipful company of Carmen.
Firstly, I've got an amazing family at home that's always propped me up, and that's parents as well. So I have been lucky with that we work as a team, and we still work as a team now. I haven't got my dad anymore, but my mum we still work as a team. So that does give me time to disappear for a couple of days at a time. But the worshipful company of Carmen, I was asked to go in. Because, are
you allowed to say who by or not?
Yeah, probably, because Carl Lomas. Carl Lomas approached me and said, everything that you do in Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, the D2N2 education, you need to be in, because the Carmen are quite big on education.
They are.
Which I think's good. Whether it's the mentoring, whether it's support financially. We just had some new links with Oxford University, that
the apprenticeship scheme and all of those.
Everything. So I ended up going in, and then very quickly I ended up on the education committee, and then within 2 meetings I ended up chairing it.
So what does the future hold, apart from October 2026? What does the future hold for you personally, and what does the future hold for your business?
Okay, so 2026 I'm really looking forward to being master, because I think we shall have a good time. I think there's a few things that I'd like to do, and I'm going to make sure that I enjoy it. That's what I've decided, because I was a bit rocky with it a few years ago. I'm going to enjoy it. Personally, I am absolutely loving doing the audits, compliance side, so I'm being taken that way more and more. The team that I've got is growing up, and I think they do all the day-to-day running now, and then I go and do mine. I'm enjoying it, and I want to keep enjoying it. The day that I don't enjoy it will be the day that I'll walk away, because then I won't be doing my best.
Here's probably a final question for you.
Okay.
And it's probably one you're not expecting. Okay. Let's say you were offered the dream job, and we all know what the dream job is.
Yeah.
Being a traffic commissioner.
I'd love to do that.
Well, let's say you were offered that.
Yeah.
But you had to give up your business.
Oh, Beverley.
Well, you don't have to answer it.
Oh, that's hard. Because I'd love to do that, because I think for all those good customers that I've got that work really hard to get it right, I know they can't get it right every time. But I love my job. I love my job, and I love the people that I work with. That's my thing.
Your staff and your customers.
Yes. Yeah. Some customers are not just customers, they're nearly friends.
Yes.
And I have a lot of respect for them. A lot of respect for the team as well. A lot of respect. I could not have done what I've done throughout my life with work over the last 20 odd years, one without my family behind me and saying, well, you can do it, get yourself off. We'll hold the fort here, and the team at work. They're amazing. They're an amazing team.
And I'm sure they'll be delighted to hear what you say about them. Will they listen to this?
Yeah, definitely. I know Rachel tunes in all the time to you. All
No,
the time.
I meant listen to this one for you. I don't mean about me. I mean
No,
for
they
you.
will, because they look at the others. A couple of them look at your other podcast, so they'll definitely.
And will your children listen? So will your son listen?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe if I tell him.
You see, my kids don't. They go, oh,
Maybe if I tell him.
What are you doing now, Mother? They don't.
Maybe if I tell him.
Okay. It's been really fascinating. The time, as it always does, has gone really quickly. I've asked you lots of questions. Yeah. We can turn the tables and we can ask you, is there anything that you would like to ask me? There might not be.
I've just really enjoyed being here and giving the opportunity of explaining my timeline, if you like, my career, and just hopefully this will inspire others to give it a go. Just give it a go. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter, does it? You can go back to your job or another job. Just give it a go. You'll never know if you don't try.
Yes, I completely agree. Well, Allison, it's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed for coming. Have a safe trip back, but don't go on a motorbike.
Thank you, Beverley. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
it's been
Allison.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
As we conclude another fascinating journey through the world of transport and logistics, we want to express our sincere appreciation for listening. Your support means the world to us. Keep the conversation going by reaching out on social media with your questions and feedback. We're eager to hear from you and continue exploring together. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and check out our other episodes online. Take care on the roads and see you in the next episode.